Hello, and this is Chapter 3, Lesson 3. This is our final lesson, and we're going to go over the rest of the toolbar here. We're going to go over View. Basically, you can select New, and this will give you a new canvas of the same canvas. As you can see down here, there are now two canvases. We can also do Close, so we can close one of the canvases we just opened, so now we only have one again. We can use Close All, which will close all the canvases, but I don't want to do that right now, so we're just going to leave that. We can zoom in, or we can zoom out. We can flip horizontally. We can flip 90 degrees counterclockwise. We can click 90 degrees counterclockwise. I mean, clockwise, not counterclockwise. We can go to non-scale, so it zooms in on the size, the actual size of your drawing. I'm going to flip it horizontally, so now she's in the right way again. And we're going to go to Reset Transition, which will bring you out to where you can see all of your canvas. You go to View, you can go Reset Rotation, and this will bring you back, like if you, here, there we go. And we go back to Reset Rotation, now she's back at her normal position. Here you can select what you're going to be working on. So if you had multiple canvas, we'll just open New. And now we have two. So I can click this one or that one, and I can switch between canvases that way. We can also go Select View from List, and it will also show me the two canvases I have open, and I can switch between them like that as well. And then we also have a window. We can also see all of the color options that we went over in the other chapter, in Chapter 2, Lesson 1. And we can also deselect them so we don't see them anymore. Then we also have Navigator, which is, we went over that in the previous lesson. And we can click it. It shows you basically all of your tools you have available to you. View Selector, which is your canvas down here. We have Status Bar, which shows you the memory we have down there. And then we have Cursor Show Brush Size. So now we have the brush size, so we can see how big our brush is. Undo, undo. And then we can just take it off, and now we can't see how big the brush is. Okay, and then we can go use dot cursor. So now we have a tiny dot instead of an arrow. Tiny dot. And if we go to not use, now we're back to our little arrow cursor. We can use hide command panel. So now all of our panels are hidden. Or we can take that back, and now all our panels are back again. And we have full screen, when it tells you the shortcuts for this too, and this brings everything to a complete full screen. So now you can't see your toolbar options or anything like that. We hit F11 or Tab Shift. Okay. And now we're out of full screen. And then next we have Show Layer Panel to the right. So now all my layer panels are to the right. Now it's like really even. Or we can show colors and tools to the right. So now we got them to the right instead of the left. And if you go back, you can unselect them, and now they're both to the left. We also can go, let's do that, click it back to the right, and we go to Reset All Window Positions, which is supposed to reset everything. So I guess if you like moved them around or something. There you go. Okay. Everything is reset. And last thing we have to go over is the others option. We have the help, which opens this little window here, and it has all of the about operating SI, and you can probably make this bigger. I'll give you everything you need to know about SI, the operations, menu, file. It'll explain everything in detail. So if you ever forget something, you can always go to these. You can go to Edit, Canvas, Layer, Selection, Filter, View. You can go to everything in here, and it will explain everything to you. And I'll even tell you how to do it. And I'll go to the tools, and I'll show you all about that. It's very helpful. And it has customization, adding canvas, presets, you can add them, or you can add paper textures, or we can add brush shapes. We're adding brush textures, and then miscellaneous. More shortcuts that aren't displayed. So you got all these shortcuts right at your fingertips. And that is pretty much the help options. You can print, hide, back, options, index. You can search. You can have favorites, so you can favorite this if you wanted to. You can open it all, close all, or print. And that's pretty much it for the help tool SI option. You just exit out of that. Then we have keyboard shortcuts, which will give you all of the keyboard shortcuts immediately rather than going through the help menu. The help menu though has the keyboard's shortcuts that aren't listed though. So it has all the files, edit canvas, it has everything on here. Pen is in, deselect is S, brush is V, and then just click OK. So now I have V or S, and E is eraser, and that's that. And we have options. This is a tool. This is a toggle tool. How long delay to detect a tool shift. How long a delay layer translation when the key is pressed. And we have digitalizer support. We have detection pressure. Minimum pressure. Please specify here when a pinpoint becomes remaining or the clicking becomes like double clicking. If visualizer drivers support minimum pressure selection settings, you may be able to alternate this option. Coordinated mode, mouse mode is in general, digitalizer setting is ignored. If you want a mouse open in SI, you need to set it here. So instead of using pin, you can set it as mouse. So I was using mouse earlier. I could have used this to stabilize it or have it use pressure. And then we have it when the driver isn't working well, you need to set everything to default. And then the last thing we have is workspace usage. Remember back when I was trying to set the resolution, you can actually change the workspace usage so you can have bigger canvases, which we will do right now. So I'm going to change this to like a really big number. And it says up here, setting this panel will not affect until you restart Psi. So, now my memory will be bigger, and we actually can tell where we want our temporary files to go. So we're going to click OK. And now I'm going to exit out of Psi. I'm going to close this. I'm not going to save it. And I'm going to close Psi. Now Psi is closed. And now I'm going to open Psi back up. And now I'm going to go to File, New, and I'm going to see how big I can make my canvas. Let's do like 600. See, now I can do 600 resolution. See how high it can go. So we can go 10. About 50. 50 is too high. 40? No, 40 is too high. 30. 30 is too high. 20. 20 is not high. So I can have like, this is a lot better than I had before. So let's set this to 20 as well. Nope, nope, that's too big. 15 maybe. Nope, still too big. 10. So I have 20 and 10 height with 600 resolution. That's pretty good. So I could probably change it to where it's even bigger. And so, yes, if you want to have your memory adjusted, it's great for that. You can change it to where you don't have to have your canvas so limited, and you can make your files as large as you want them. Also, you want to keep in mind that when you're doing this, this is using memory from your computer. So you have to keep in mind your own computer's memory when you do this, because it's going to reserve memory from your computer to use this program. So when you're setting this, keep in mind how much your computer can actually do and how much memory you want reserved while you're doing this. I have a ridiculous amount of memory on here, so I can pretty much make this as big as I want to. And that is pretty much it. You can now use Psi as good as anybody else. Congratulations for finishing the lessons. Now go take all those quizzes.